welcome everybody on YouTube and now Discord. We're live on both platforms. Remember, we have several screens being shared today, but if you want the most high quality of streams, join the Discord, discord.gg/lux. And we got our boy Mickey here, like always. It's the Jacob and Mickey show at this point.
What's up, everyone?
Everyone knows Mickey from the Discord. You know me mostly from the live streams, but I touch you on Discord when I can. But glad that everybody's here. Just gonna see. We're gonna have more people join the Discord as well. But for now, we got a lot of people on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Everybody on YouTube, where are you guys from, by the way? Let's see. Someone said they're having a hurricane party. I haven't read the messages yet.
Nice. I had mine last week. Hurricane.
You had a hurricane party last week.
Oh yeah. Vegas hurricane party. Gotta love it.
Right.
Let's see.
India,
South
Turkey,
Africa,
Kenya,
South Africa,
London, all around. Love to see it.
Right.
All right. Well, honestly, we might as well just jump right into it at this point.
All right, let's get started.
So we've had a wonderful day today in all markets. I mean, here's the ES. Like, if you go to Bitcoin, I don't even know. You just bought and hold today. That's for sure. Massive pump on Bitcoin. And then I'm pretty sure gold also had a massive pump today. Yeah, a pretty decent pump. So market's pretty heavily green overall. I don't know how's the I'm sure the dollar's down then. Yep, the dollar index is down, so it makes sense seeing that down as well. But for me, I'm a huge E-mini future trader. So going over kind of what we see today, I already have right now, I have the LuxAlgo signals and overlays, the price action concepts, and the oscillator matrix. You can see we're already extremely overextended here on the 10-minute, but even the 5-minute. I mean, this move today was enormous. I'm going to take off these fair value gaps because when there's that many fair value gaps that the bulls, especially today, are in charge. So somebody's in charge today, and they're not backing down. So fantastic little move just off the signals and overlays today. It's like when the signals and overlays hit, they hit. Like, it's impressive. 2 TPs already. So these X points here, for those of you guys don't know, those are take profit points. It means, it's hit a calculation of, this is a good spot to take profit. Possibly could at some point from this level switch directions. But overall, we've hit 2 of those. The max is 3 on those TP points. But I mean, I don't think a chart can get cleaner than that. We finally are showing, a little bit of a fall off on the money flow for ES here. And we're coming back down, but it's kind of settling. Notice the oscillator matrix, the hypertrend here, which is the middle oscillator. Sorry, these banded oscillator is still holding near that overbought level above 80. But again, it's consolidating up here, which is kind of impressive that it continues higher. I'm gonna go ahead and actually let me put the price line on so we see here. But man, what a 4496.50 today. That's crazy. What a move so far, up 1.2% on the E-mini futures today. Sadly, I didn't get to trade today, but I'm kind of bummed because I missed out on this. But long term, we're looking good for sure. Trend strength about 78% here. And continuing, let's take a step back though on the ES here. Look at the 15-minute. And we're breaking out of that previous pivot that we had up there. Look at the daily chart. Let's see. Daily chart, we're trying to rebound. Looks like off of some previous support. Nothing too crazy, but you can see here. I mean, look at this. Look on the oscillator for you guys that, swing trading. Oscillator extended, extremely extended. Gets that bullish turning point Monday the 21st of August in the extended oversold area of 20. Get that bullish turning point, and then now we're retesting that bearish smart trail. So fantastic little bounce there for those of you that like using oscillators. It's definitely a nice little bit of confluence, noticing that the market is extended. But yeah, trying to retrace. Will the market gonna rebound from here? That's the real question. Seeing today as we've had 1.2%, which is massive. There's a possibility we kind of retest some of the previous lower highs that we had on the way down here. So I would definitely target that 4,500 level on the ES here. But let's go into crypto now. Let's check out some Bitcoin. That's the first time I'm looking at Bitcoin on like today. Obviously, we have these massive pumps, which is awesome. Mickey, you said what was driving this today?
Well, it was, I guess there was a ruling that sided with the crypto Coinbase, I think, and that's it. To the moon we go.
Yeah, that on top of probably, I mean, we heard last week, the potential of continuous rate hikes, but seems like we're not really caring about that. We know we're on the right path, that's for sure, which is nice. But you can notice here on Bitcoin, even before that 25,000 level, my goodness. I mean, 32% of the volume is sitting there. I mean, this was just lining up for a perfect bounce. The best thing about trading crypto is you get those consolidated areas, and then you usually make an aggressive move. So those of you that understand that, you can understand that, for me, I would mostly use the price action concepts indicator here alongside the oscillator matrix. So Bitcoin right now, as you can tell, we retrace. We had that bearish change character on the daily chart. We had that break of structure on the daily chart. We came back down. We finally, after this trend, showed some consolidation. Well, guess what? On this downtrend we had here, breaking down to start that consolidation, notice the money flow in the oscillator was all bearish. A lot of bearish money flow, and then we extended. We overextended on the money flow. We hit that threshold for the sellers, and then we had a massive, massive oversold territory on this oscillator, as well as a reversal signal. So seeing this reversal signal after that massive sell-off into a high volume order block from before that we clearly bounced from, I could consider this area, once it's retested and confirmed support, and the oscillator showing me that it's probably done and exhausted on the sell side, that I could probably find a level of confluence here to kind of take my trade off this level. Now, looking for a turning point here like this would have identified me as like a potential buying opportunity, or a bullish day, something like this, which we had, back on the 23rd of August. So that day would have been ideal after showing confluence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of repeated support off that previous order block, as well as just sellers being exhausted, noticing that on the oscillator. So to catch this, obviously this is more news driven than anything, but again, we know with crypto and some of these other assets that they'll sometimes consolidate at a level, and then they're going to aggressively move in a single direction. So for those of you that understand how to trade Bitcoin or some of these other ones that do that, you could use that level of confluence in your advantage to hitting possibly a big move like you're seeing here. So fantastic little move if you guys ended up buying off the 26,000, mid 25,000 level there on Bitcoin. And the settings that I'm using, for those of you asking, on the price action concepts are actually default. All I do is I go into the indicators tab, I type in LuxAlgo price action concepts, and I click this one right here, and look, it'll pop up the exact same way as I just had it. So I do a little bit of, for your sakes to see it, I do increase the label size so you can see the labels a little bigger. And that's mostly just for YouTube and everybody that's watching. So yeah, seeing that bounce off that 32% order block is honestly insane, especially after being extended as much as we were. So that was just the default settings, as well as the oscillator matrix default settings. You could call me the default guy. I just trade default. I go along what I heard you smirking there, Mickey. I'm the default guy.
I wanted that title.
No, you don't get that title. You customize your stuff as much as possible. But yeah, call me the default guy. I always use default settings. And I just go with what it tells me. It's like, don't fight what it tells you. It's like, if we are clearly oversold and we're consolidating on Bitcoin, like, why would I look to the short side? It's like, I will only look to the short side again if there's some news or something that drives that. But if we're considering price action here, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever I should be going short down here at this high volume order block unless we break it or mitigate it, and it becomes a breaker block after the oscillator is showing me, okay, this wants to continue trending. But it didn't happen, and now you can see it had a nice rebound. We had a beautiful push now to, you know, maybe retest these highs. I don't know, but I mean, overall that move was great. But going into, you know, some other things here. I mean, Mickey, you want to go over some Forex for these guys? I think for now that covers kind of what I want to go for at the beginning here, and then we'll touch on some other things later. But we can pass it along to you, looking at the dollar and some other Forex pairs.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's flip this back over here.
Yeah, I got you, man. Let me end my stream on Discord so you guys can see him.
All right. Loading up. There we go.
We'll switch you over on the tube as well. And there we go, man. Taking us away.
All right, folks. What you're seeing right here is, I'm going to steal this from him. Default screen here, right? Yeah, they're just all default, right? Pretty good signals as we see right now. And I want to go through the settings, you know, in a little bit detailed. And after we go through each feature and each setting, I would like to go over how I change or optimize the settings for my charts, for my trading charts, my templates. You know, I just want to make it visually conducive for me to make a decision. Right? The candle bars are the same. I just want different colors in a different place. Okay. Let's head over to the LuxAlgo signals and overlays. Click on the settings here. All right. All default. Okay. Right now, let's back up. The default has the smart trail, right? Smart trail. And we have some confirmation signals and exits. Exits are the little X mark, right? Potential take profit areas and potential exits based on the previous signal, right? Okay. Now, here's a short signal, right? There is no X, Mickey. You're absolutely correct. There is no X. What you need to do is you have an opposite confirmation signal. That is your exit, okay? On the surface, if we're just blindly looking at signals and exits, okay? That is the smart trail, okay? Let's zoom back in. Head over to the settings again. Now, move this over here. Now, presets and filters, right? We have several of them, okay? We have several presets and we have several filters. Let me turn on the trend trader presets and just notice what changes here, all right? Give it a second to load a little bit, okay? What's added is this thin reactive line, right? Trend catcher, another confluence, right? Here's an example off the ES. Confirmation signal, smart trail bullish, green LuxAlgo candle coloring, bullish, trend catcher, bullish, okay? That is the trend trader preset. Let's head over to the scalper. I am going to assume that we're going to see just a few more entries and exits. All right. Scalper automatically plots right? TP1s and TP2s. Take profits, 2 levels, and stop losses, 2 levels, based on the previous signal. Okay. We also have the reversal zones, right? We're scalping. So many ways you could play this, right? When price hits the reversal zone, right? You may take this bearish signal, but be careful. We have a smart trail bullish, right? So you may want to sit, right? Based on this last signal, right? We have a stop loss, take profits, signal, confirmation signal, and a potential exit here, right? This may be a good spot, okay? You're hitting into the reversal zone, upper limits, right? Check your greed. If you held on, more power to you. You're hitting a take profits pretty good, okay? But be careful, just like Jacob said, matrix. We're getting overbought here, okay? Let's hover to settings again to the next preset. Next one we have is Swing Trader, my favorite. Click that. We'll take a look at the chart. Okay. NeoCloud. NeoCloud is a longer term trend. Right? I love NeoCloud because if you trade in the direction of NeoCloud, overall you're safe. Take a look at these signals. Short. Look at that move to the downside. All right. Little choppy here. All right. No signal yet. Purple bars. We have a signal bullish to the upside. NeoCloud. Right? And it was setting up for today. Here's your trigger, smart trail. Matrix, turning point up. You're off to the races. Here's your TP. Right there. Exactly. Right there. Okay? Next, presets and filters. Contrarian trader. For those that love to trade on the edge, here we go. Pretty good. If you blindly took each one, not too bad. But if you gave some thought process into these signals and the validation confluence, you did pretty good. Okay. Next one. Smart trail filter. Okay. Let's back up. Let's convert this chart to something that I like. Okay. Let's take
the Mickey Magic.
Yeah, here's the Mickey Magic. We got the NeoCloud, right? Take the smart trail off, and let me put auto term. Let's try long term for now, right? Let's go over the settings again, right? No filters, no presets, signal mode, confirmation, exit, right? We're going to disregard signal sensitivity because I have the autopilot sensitivity on for long term. Okay, when you have this on, right, this automatically is disabled. Okay. Candle coloring, confirmation, simple. Right. That's all I have. Take a look. Not too shabby, right? On the ES, 15 minutes. Not too bad. Depending on your exits, you did pretty good. For the ES futures, I like to target 20 ticks. It's a modest 20 ticks, very small, right? But most of these moves are, for those who trade futures, 4 to 100, depending on the pumps, right? Especially today. All right, let's go over to the settings again. Let's see what we have here. Candle coloring. All right, let's go to candle coloring. Confirmation gradient. Notice the candle bars, candlesticks. They kind of change a little bit, right? Gives you a sense of strength, right? You have red here, NeoCloud flip. It's not bright green yet, right? But you're on the right side of the track, right? You're on the right side of the track. You could have held, right? On the right, but now look, it's getting brighter and brighter, right? That is confirmation gradient. Next one is none. You could actually use this just like Jacob does, right? Let me change the color a bit. Use this with price action concepts, right? I could use my same signals, right? Turn on some premium discounts areas, right? I could do that. Add a little market structure, right? And I'm trading like Jacob. There you go, right? Change the structure right here. You're off to the races, right? You're in the discount zone.
Yeah.
You're in the discount zone. Read your candlestick formation, right? All bullish. Right? The matrix is all default. I have it on default today, right? Most important, SMA in 3, all default. Still pretty good, awesome, right? Very reactive. All right. Now let's take a look at some charts here on my template, okay? ES. I love to look at the 4 hour, right? 4 hour. Bearish neo cloud, right? But today we have a pump going up, right? Matrix turning point up. Would this been a good move to take? We have a neo cloud. Might be if you go on a lower time frame, right? Right. Here's your trend line, right? Let's take it down to a lower time frame, 15 minutes. There you go. There's your move. Okay. We have money flow. Okay. All the confluence necessary to take this long. Okay. Taking a look at another asset here. NQ should be the same story, right? Same thing. Okay. Bitcoin on a 4 hour. Well, 15 minutes. Look at that. On a 4 hour, probably not. No, there we go. 4 hour. How do you catch that move, right? On a 4 hour, doesn't seem too much, right? But you had a warning. You had a warning signal. What's your warning signal? What's this green line right here? Flat line. Trend catcher. All right, that's a warning. It's flat. But look what we have here. Money flow. Turning points. Divergence to the upside. Look at that. Okay. Somebody was smelling something in here. Someone was anticipating the court ruling for today, right? We won't say who, I don't know, right? But it's crypto. There's your move. Well, how do you catch that? It's you trade the range here, right? It's how many days has been chopping around, right? You just got to sit and wait patiently. You know, you could drop it down. I don't know what time frames you like. Drop it down. Here's 15. You go to 10. It doesn't matter how far you want to drop down. If you drop this down way low, you know it was pumping today. Look at this. It is just crazy. Look at this flat line. We'll go down to 5. Look at that. That's just insane. Let's go all the way down. So basically, it doesn't matter what time frame you are on today. Everyone lucked out. For today, yeah, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 seconds, you got the move, right? Dollar index, 4 hour.
Dollar make me holler.
I know, right? 4 hours. Well, didn't Jacob say it was down and ES is up, gold up? Yeah, it was down. Remember, this is 4 hours, right? 4 hours. It is down, right? But if you are a swing trader, days, weeks, and months, you're not taking any shorts. But if you're an intraday trader, scalping, yeah, you're looking for shorts, right? Well, how do I use the dollar for shorts? There we go. There we go. Let's see. Turning point. Turning point. All right, you're looking for shorts. Okay. Here's your 15-minute on the dollar. All right. Right here, confirmation, bearish. So all your correlating pairs, the S&P, those are decorrelating, right? The S&P, gold, Euro, USD will go the opposite way, most likely. In theory, it does not go bar for bar, tick for tick, but in general, the bias will be correlated, okay? Let's head over to price action concepts. Okay, let's see what Jacob saw here on this move, right? He was on a, you're on a daily time frame, right?
Yeah, I was looking at the daily, yeah.
Yeah, and you had a level down here that bounced. It was beautiful, right?
Oh yeah.
If you on the,
beautiful.
You know, on the daily, you got what you needed, right? That's what you were been waiting for. If you were on the daily, you waited for I don't know how many days or weeks for this move, right? This is on the 4 hour. Here's the move right here, right? Well, how did I catch this on the 4 hour, Mickey? I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Based on this chart, it's tough, right? Here's a chart, right? Well, Mickey, here's a chart too. Yeah, I could have took this one too. It was short-lived, right? This one lucked out, got what I got. But if you change the charts, if you optimize the chart to your style, you may have some clues, right? On my price action concepts, right? This is pretty clean, right? Let's make this even cleaner. Let's do this, right? Take off the internal activities. All right, now it's clean. See the levels. What am I missing here to make this my own chart, right? Order blocks, right? Remember 4 hour order blocks? I love to see overlaps, right? I want to see previous levels. I don't care if they're mitigated. I still want to see them because it's still important to me, all right? Let's turn on the overlaps. Turn them on, right? Wait till it loads. What do I see? What do I see, right? I see this. That's what I see. I see that level. Breaker block, right? The reason why it disappeared, because it was mitigated somewhere in here, right? Take a look at this. This level is very important, not because of today. It started back in, on the 17th, right? Massive pump up, chopping down, massive pump down. Now it's on holding pattern, right? Now you can take your shots to the upside, right? It never broke below. There is not one candle bar that broke below the breaker block. See, right there. Came close, not one. So you're just waiting, right? You can bring this 4 hour time frame down to a 15-minute and use your SMC ICT, price action concepts, whatever entry method you like, to grab this scalp. Okay. Let's head over to the ES. Little change of pace, right? You can take your sunglasses off. Here's a great chart.
I could see.
Look at that. Look at that. All right. What I've done is, let me go into the settings since today's little episode's a little bit about settings. You see the fractals? Lower highs, lower lows, higher highs. Well, how do I get that? It's not in price action concept. Yes, it is. Right? It's just hidden. You just have to find it, right? You go into the settings, right? Not inputs, style. At default, these are turned off to declutter. All right, you can turn these on. You don't need a third-party indicator. I know there's a lot of people adding third-party indicators, higher lows and whatever, dots, fractals. Turn these on. We have it right here. Use it. No need to add other indicators if it's not needed. You're just going to overload your laptop, your phone, or whatever system you have. Okay. There you go. Well, how do I trade these? Right. Lots of ways. Right. You can, based on the time frame, you can scalp. If you know the direction, hey, why not? Right. Take your shot. Take your shot at these. Right. If you know the direction, take your shot at the peak. Right. Well, I can't just blindly take the shot at the peak. Correct. Now we're digging into SMC concepts. We are not going to blindly take a shot. We need validations. We can take a shot blindly if there is a key level, right? Key points of interest could be order blocks, breaker blocks, fair value gaps, right? Here's another way. Fibonacci retracements, right? Premium and discount. It is that in itself is a Fibonacci bracket structure, right? In the price action concepts, it's going to plot the premium discount of the most recent mid swing, right? But another entry model is draw your fib lines from the points, right? Anchor points. From here to here, retracement back to the what? Anywhere from the 50 to the 80% level. There's your entry. Boom, you're off to the races. Doesn't work all the time because each move has a certain amount of waves, right? 2 to 3 waves. Take your scalps. Okay? Same thing with there. Lower low, lower high. Take your fib. Mark it from here to here. Here's your entry somewhere here. Boom, off to the races. Okay. I've discussed this little entry model in the Discord VIP room. So if you want to know a little bit more about that detail, tag me in the room. I'll send you a link and some charts for you. Okay. Let's head over to the NQ. All right, same formation as the ES. Okay. Clean chart, right? I have my order blocks not overlapping, so it'd be nice and clean for you. All right. What you can also do is turn on price action concepts default mode. Nothing wrong with that. Take a look at this. 15 minutes, head over the 4 hour. To declutter, just for this example, let's turn off premium discount zones for a little bit, right? And then we could, I want to concentrate on internal market structure, okay? There we go. Let's clean this chart, get rid of session breaks. All right. That's nice, right? Based on your entry model of SMC or ICT with LuxAlgo price action concepts, there's a million different entry models, concepts, right? Million. Just pick one, pick a couple, and concentrate on that and wait for that setup. It is impossible to master all these concepts. It seems like every week there's a new concept being released on the internet with a different name, right? Just pick one and just go with it. Well, which one is good for you, Mickey? Well, that's the point. It's good for me. How do you pick one that's good for you, right? My suggestion is, right, this is what I did. No joke. I religiously watched LuxAlgo short videos, not the long videos, right? The long videos are geared more to discussion on features and settings, right? The whole toolkit itself. But the LuxAlgo YouTube short videos, they're little nuggets if you don't know about it. If you watch each one on price action concepts, each short video is described pretty much the popular concept. It'll talk about the breaker block concept. It'll talk about the fair value entry model concept. Just pick one and just wait for that one so you can be focused on your charts, right? If once you're focused, you're going to be sitting on your hands a little bit longer, but you're going to be a little bit wiser, right? You're going to be a little bit safer. You're not going to be over trading, right? If you watch ICT or SMC and you like 20 concepts and you're sitting today trying to trade all 20, guess what? You're not going to make it, right? That'll come in time. But if you're starting, just pick one concept and you're good, right? For me, let's change this chart to what I like, all right? So we can go over the features again, all right? I like to see order blocks in itself, not too much on internal activity, right? So I can turn off internal activity, all right? I'll leave the midline. You can turn these off if you want, right? Here's some settings. Show midline. You can disable that, right? I'll make that visible, right? I like to see overlaps, right? For visually, I like to see the importance of levels, right? What else I like to use? Let's see. Also, multi-time frame daily levels, right? I like to see the highs and lows of the previous day.
Yes.
Previous week on a weekly basis. Monthly. Why not quarterly? Let's throw that in while we're at it, right? Why don't I click on Monday? Because it's already in my daily. You know, I could just do Monday. If my strategy is Monday and not any other day, sure, right? But I like to see every day. All right. There you go. So that is pretty much my chart right here. Okay. One last thing I forgot. Higher highs, lower lows, fractals. I'll turn those on. Take a look at this. All right. You remember what I said about 10 minutes ago? Taking these highs and lows, just blindly taking them, but don't blindly taking them. Don't blindly take these unless you have a good enough reason. Find a reason to blindly take them. And then you're not blindly take them. You're not taking them, if that makes any sense, right? Check this out. How many scalps am I winning? This is on 4 hour. You may think that this move is so small. Well, I don't want 2 points. No, this is not 2 points. This is 4 hours, right? You know, on one full contract, I think this move, you're making, I don't know, $800 right here, right? Well, why am I taking those moves? Why? This is why. Order blocks. Retest the order block. I'm taking it. 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 All right.
So we got
Guess what's happening?
Question about explain the order block and the breaker block on YouTube here.
Sure, no problem. Let me look at that. Maybe my concept is waiting for these fractal, these highs and lows. If I get 2 or 3 candles printing, You know, on the downside, guess what? We have some order blocks here. And if this prints, I may take this one, right? For the scalp retracement before the continuation to the upside. Okay. What was the question? Order blocks?
Yeah, he was saying the order block and breaker blocks. Like, just kind of explain.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get
Just
a
give an
good example
Yeah.
of a breaker block. Let's see.
He had a good one, I think, on Bitcoin earlier, and then
Bitcoin. Oh yeah, that's right. Right. Okay. Okay.
had that one.
Here we go. Let's zoom in.
There you
Right. Okay. When a breaker block forms, right? When a breaker block forms, it'll form like this, right? The green one, right? And we use this breaker block for in the future when price gets near it, right? We won't go into detail on how's it formed, what's the formula, what's the code, ICT said this, and no. Let's just, on the surface, this is a breaker block, right? This is important when price revisits this area, okay? Now, here's this breaker block that formed, okay? Price comes down a little bit, right? It formed when we were down here, it formed, okay? Bounces up, okay? Comes down a little bit, it pierces into this breaker block, right? It's still, it pierces into this order block, excuse me. It's
Right, yeah,
still
the green one down there, you were saying breaker block. The green one's an order block at the bottom there that formed, it confirmed as it was leaving that level, that green one.
Let's do my replay mode, right? Here we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, let's do the replay.
Both of these are order blocks for the time being, right? Because I turned on the breaker block, show breakers, right? Meaning when the order block is mitigated, usually when the order block is mitigated, the order block disappears. That level is no longer necessary forward on your chart because your strategy does not need it anymore, right? But for those who want to still show that level once it's mitigated, it's called a breaker block, okay? So when prices pierces and closes beyond the order block, that's when it turns to a breaker block. Right? You see different colors right now.
It's like hollow.
You can see the thin line. It's hollow, but you still have the midpoint line. You can still change this color. I could still, this is red, right? I could still change it to a different color if that visually helps you, right? But this is now a hollow breaker block with outlines, right? It's still there because I still want to see that level because it makes sense for my strategy in the future, right? Let's head over to the future. Right, see price hits this order block. Well, Mickey, that order block, was formed how many years ago, right? How many years ago? Yeah, you're right. I think last year when Bitcoin reached this level, who knows, right? Well, Mickey, it's not on my chart. We were over here discussing. It's not on my chart. What happened? All right, this is an unconventional way of creating a chart. This is how I have these levels set, right? It's not rocket science, right?
500.
Default was showing 5, the 5 most recent order blocks.
100x amount of order blocks.
Right? Because I want to see, I don't want to be confused. I just want to 5 is default is great. When you're scalping, it's great. But when I'm on a 4-hour time frame, there's not too many, of 5s, but I want to see it all. I mean, this is Bitcoin. No, they're not going to get me. I want to see it all. I want to see what the big boys are seeing, right? So I have 500. Why 500 and not 200? It's all the same. Just put some high number out there, right? I used to have this 90, but when I tested it, when I moved it up to 50, I got more, right? So I just pushed it up to 500, just for sake.
Just so you're not missing anything, yeah.
Yeah. So guess what? Everyone laughed. Well, why'd you do that? Well, because look at this. What do I see here? It's retesting an order block level that was created what? Last year, a year and a half ago. It's important to me, right? Okay, back to the breaker block. This is the one we're looking at, right? Here we go. The breaker block, order block. That's an important level. I'm gonna keep it on my chart. Here's the pump. It hit that order block that was created a year ago, right? Coming back down. Guess what? What is it doing? On most traders' chart, you are not going to see this breaker block level, right? I have it on my chart because I'm crazy. I want to see the overlaps. I want to see a million order blocks. Why? Well, because of this. This is why. Look at that. It never pierced the breaker block, order block. All right? And guess what? If you zoom in a little bit more, take a look what we have. We have order blocks being created on top of order block. Look at that. I am showing all the order blocks that are overlaid. Just because of that, this gave me a clue. This gave me this overlap, right? We have two order blocks in here, green and red, right? And guess where the overlap of the order blocks were? On top of the breaker block. We have 3. That was your clue, right? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't take this. I haven't watched. But if you trust the chart, you have to be looking for longs here, right? Any other questions? Hope that makes sense.
Looking
right?
good. I can take over here, go over some stocks that I was actually looking at for those of you that trade options and shares and all that.
Some puts and calls, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let me yeah.
Let me turn off my. Let me switch it over to you here.
Yeah, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah, just turn it. Oh, yeah, switch it over.
All right.
You said. Oh, Pedro opened along, he said, because of that. Great job, Pedro.
Oh
I see you.
I'm not calling out trade guys.
No, I think he was saying he opened one before, not because of you.
Oh, okay, before.
But maybe because of you. I don't know. There, Mickey's giving out bangers.
I don't know nothing. I don't trade crypto, folks. Don't do it.
I love it. All right, gentlemen. Let's get into some stocks here. I know a lot of you love trading the especially Tesla here. I gotta find my trading view. Where'd it go? Okay, cool. So I want to show you something that would have intrigued a swing for me, and this is the 4-hour as well. He said before, don't worry. he's not taking your alert there. Anyway, so on the signals and overlays here, all I have is the signals at default, nothing else. But they kind of, and then you get these exit points, which is really cool. So Tesla before, so this is a decent little swing kind of analysis you could use when you get extended price for sure, if you are options traders. So we were in a solid downtrend. We had that change character, several break of structures, but also 2 exit signals. So again, on these signals and overlays indicator, you get 3 exit signals. That's usually the limit. There's 3, because ideally, majority of the time after 3, price is going to be extended in that direction enough to where you might get some type of retracement or a setup. So first analysis is noticing several break of structures to the downside, 2 exit signals as well. But what lines up with the confluence of that is, for one, Tesla is like the bull king. We know Tesla in the US market is like one of the highest traded stock of all time. Even above SPY now, I think is still above SPY in volume. But so bull run like crazy. Got a retracement. Well, according to Elon, everything must go up, I'm assuming, because this thing went up once it got overextended on the downside. So what I'm noticing here, you got those exit signals. You get a bullish signal on this jump here. But guess what? That before even that bullish signal happened up here, we had two large reversal signals on the oscillator. Notice the oscillator was extremely extended to the downside, but at the same time, we were still bullish on the money flow. Like it barely flipped to the bearish side. So noticing how bullish it was, barely flips here. Two large reversal signals as well as a turning point at the same time as a bullish signal, which happened here. That happened at the same time as this. If you would have had that signal on that closing day, in my opinion, would have been a great trade setup. You could have set it right at this low, and now you're looking at 11% move, and this is like an earnings trade. It's like, and all of you know for sure that if you're trading monthly options, now this is obviously probably a short-term trade, or you would target this upper order block, which is what I would do. But today I'd be very tempted to close if I was in a swing trade on this part. But showing you how just bringing on all three indicators can really give you that opportunity at the right time. It's like making sure everything lines up perfectly is ideally the best way you're going to get that profitable strategy. So, and the best part is, this is just one asset. Like you can use this on a ton of assets. So if Tesla's not giving you that trade for the day, maybe, AMD or Nvidia or, some, Neo or whatever you trade, some asset out there is probably going to have a setup for you. So just seeing that, and then now look, we're showing an exit signal. Our first exit signal on the signals and overlays from this signal we had today. So more than likely, we have 18 minutes of this 4 hour, but we have the rest of the day still. But we will get that first exit signal. And again, seeing that upper order block here, that would be my target to the upside. So Tesla there, fantastic trade that could have been. Let me just remove all the drawings. If you would have caught that, overall analysis from all three indicators, which is pretty solid. So just on a whim, let's look at some other things that have moved today. Our high volume gainers, you can see here on my right side, we have Nvidia had a nice move. Similar situation. Look at this bounce, by the way. This is incredible. We have a 46% order block on Nvidia. Over 50%. Now, unlike Mickey, I don't have 500 order blocks, but I have the default. You call it the default king. Okay, look, 5 order blocks. That's default. It's only showing 5. So, out of 5, this order block has 46% of that volume, and it respected that. And that, to me, massive sign of a potential trade opportunity. So, seeing that, as well as, again, 2 reversal signals on the downside. Nvidia has been on a run of its life. So, it came to reset. Bounced off this order block. 67 million in volume on that order block from before. You could have waited for your retracement. If you want to wait on that. But, honestly, if you think about it, look at the difference in price you would have gotten at this level if you would have entered, let's say, the close of the day there. You maybe got a little bit better entry, like below 430. But again, there's no reason. They're just if that is showing you a proper setup, then my goodness. You had, another lovely move from there, 12%. It's another, for you earnings traders, another earnings type situation in, about a month. So yeah, for you swing traders, 4 hour daily chart, really awesome with signals, price action concepts, and the oscillator all combined. That can really help you figure out, some of the best entries for, swinging options or just, shares in general. But you know, let's see. You guys, I know some of you wanted to look at gold, but just for the sake of us being on stocks right now, this is, you know, a watch list of just pretty much the high volume stocks. It's like Roku had a day. Roku's in its consolidation. I don't see any reason to trade this thing because look, why would I trade this if it's constantly turning back and forth? That's my consolidation. This is still consolidating. Once I get a move, like an aggressive move to this upside, then, you know, I would consider it an opportunity. But again, I don't have to trade this. Like, why would I trade it? So I move on to the next one. I'm looking at, you know, potential setups that could drive, you know, profit in the future. Somebody said look at MSTR, and I don't even know what that is. MicroStrategy on the NASDAQ. So they had a heck of a day. And here you go. Another situation where you have, you know, you have a bearish run. You have one exit signal here, a bullish potential setup, but that's in no man's land. Like, nothing's happening here. I don't. There's probably no order block there, even if I went back. Let's see if there was that. It could have been. No, order block's still down here. So, but we do have a reversal signal. We have a turning point, you know, and a bullish signal. But again, I want to see, you know, we're still in no man's land at this point in time. So I want to see some type of support before we get that, you know, essential run. So we got some consolidation. It, you know, retested. But look at the money flow difference here than we had on Tesla. Notice this thing's breaking that threshold. This thing's breaking that threshold. The threshold on the oscillator here is this little line that's printed for you. So that bearish money is just coming in strong. That's the money flow oscillator. It's coming in strong. We know it because it's breaking the threshold. Remember though, on Tesla, we had a similar setup at this level with a signal, but we liked it. Right? It's because look at the difference on the bull side versus the bear side. Like, this is very tiny. There's nothing going on there. Yeah, we broke the threshold here, but again, where are we when it comes to this retracement down here versus the MSTR we're just looking at? This is almost hitting zero down here. The other one was sitting around, you know, like 30s. Was still above the oversold area. So seeing that, the volume difference, the amount of money that is aggressively changing. If it was this big, if we had that big of a cloud, it'd make more sense to stay on the short side and wait till it, you know, consolidates and refreshes. But notice the cloud differences here. It's like there's that, even though that's breaking that threshold of the downside, it's still not as aggressive as it, you know, could be. So again, that's not telling me that I want to go short just yet, because of coming out of that massive run, we were slowly coming back down. So it was kind of setting up for that big move. So yeah, you guys have been asking about the 1 minute, 3 minute. We'll go into a 1 minute chart. Let's look at Tesla here on the 1 minute.
Look at that.
I mean, my goodness. Let's see here. So for you scalpers, I personally like the smart trail on the scalping. And let me put my confirmation symbol back on. I don't use the oscillator nearly as much. I like to watch these signals. You know, I'm going to just take off price action concepts. I like to watch these signals as well as the smart trail. So what I like to look for is how the smart trail is being reacted to. The oscillator can be used as confluence, but remember, on the 1 minute chart, this is going to be flipping back and forth very fast. So it's not going to be as, you know, easily to follow as, you know, a higher time frame. Now, you can do what Mickey does, and, you know, you pull up a way bigger time frame and compare it with the 1 minute or the 3 minute or 5 minute or whatever you use to kind of help you out. But in my case, honestly, I might use price action concepts with signals and overlays. It just depends on what we're looking at. So for Tesla here today, it's the 1 minute. I don't have extended hours. It's just regular hours right now. There's not much that I would be trading right now. There's nothing. We've been consolidating with a bullish smart trail on Tesla. So here, I would personally want on the 1 minute a retracement to that smart trail and then a reaction. That would be, you know, my entry if I were to actually take a trade on Tesla here. But let's see if any of these, I mean, here's your consolidation again. Consolidating. Now, because this is stocks, we could actually bring up the extended hours here, see if it comes up or not. I guess not. It didn't adjust much, so we'll just look at regular hours. But let's see. You know, see if we had a setup on any of these. And look at the volume just dying off on some of these. Let me go to the higher volume ones today and see. Tesla's probably the best one.
Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon. Let me see if Amazon had a setup. Nothing's really looking too pretty. This is not too bad.
Oh, that's why my package is late. Oh.
What? So let's take off. You're right. Let's take off. I get what you're saying. Let's take off the signals and overlays here. Or sorry, the price action concepts. And this isn't as bad as of a setup. I like to look for, you know, reactionary price to smart trap because it's the 1 minute and the volatility is there. We got more signal spring. Now, optimal sensitivity on here is 16, so more than likely I would adjust that to 16. I'm seeing that on the dashboard here. So now I like the idea of this. When my sensitivity is optimized, I know some people, you do like to use like autopilot, which you could, you know, do short term, and it's probably going to be roughly the same. Yeah, see, it's roughly the same as default. But in my opinion, for me personally, I like to use the optimal sensitivity. So here's 16, as it told me. I like to look for, you know, a bearish signal, breaking that smart trail, watching for reactions off of the smart trail after the fact. So an entry for me would have been here, stop loss above the smart trail, and then 2 to 1 more than likely. And you could have probably hit that on that initial rejection there. Now, if you want to compare it with the oscillator, like I said, you know, it depends. Trending is going to be a lot more successful with the oscillator. This can help you. The oscillator can help you understand when it's trending or not. So technically here still would have been a pretty good setup for a short. Because for one, notice we had, you know, a peak here, and now we're still downtrending on the oscillator as well as the price. So it would have been definitely a decent little setup if you would have taken, you know, maybe that reject there after that bearish signal on Amazon. But this was what? This was on Tuesday. That was last week, right? No, that was this week.
That's a nice one.
That's today. Yeah, I guess I forgot to. I haven't looked at stocks in a while on here, so I don't have the full data. I should honestly get that for these streams. But let's go look at gold. I know people were asking about gold, and I do actually like looking at gold. But let's look at it for sure. 1 minute on gold there. I mean, already showing some decent setup. Let's pull up the price action concepts. I'm gonna change my sensitivity to optimal, and then let's get into it. Man, yeah, this one. I haven't looked at a 1 minute chart in so long. I mean, we're consolidating on this 1 minute here. We had a nice run up here for you scalpers, and then a break to the downside. So this is not a bad few levels of confluence to take a short here. Notice like the oscillator doesn't even matter on this one, but notice on here you have 3 levels of confluence, and I don't know if you guys can see them, but I see them pretty clearly. We have a bearish signal, right? We have a bearish change character right here on this candle, and then we also broke what on the smart trail. So 3 levels of confluence could have set you up, you know, for a scalp. So this would definitely be a scalp. But if you would have taken it down to, you know, that exit point, your stop loss may be above like the signaled candle there. You're looking at a 2 to 1 onto the downside. But all 3 of those lined up together. So I'm a lot more confident we might go retest this order block, especially after a bullish run like we had here. We had 1, 2, 3 break of structures. So again, guys, for those of you that want to find more confirmed change of characters, look to see if price has made a break of structure before the change of character happens. That can really help with identifying, you know, like more significant change of character. So essentially here, break of structure, right? If this flips into a change of character, then I might like that a little more, so long as it's meeting all the criteria for a trade entry. So that's where it's like here, yes, we had on the bull run here, we had a nice little, you know, upside move on gold. But even with gold here, I mean, gold, we're known for a lot of this choppy range trading, which is really nice, especially for price action. But noticing it change here, bullish signal, flipping green. Yeah, there could have been, you know, a higher risk, I would say, trade going on because of the smart trail. Smart trails would have threw me off here. Let's see, the oscillator. It was trying to flip back. So, you know, there could have been, you know, a higher risk trade happened here, and it would have paid off, of course. But I wouldn't suggest taking that, honestly. If we flip to the 5-minute, let's see if we have another setup. I mean, this thing, wow, this thing just went crazy on the 5-minute today. And I wanted to see here. I mean, look, remember what I said, change of character, watching for that break of structure before a change of character. And then here you go. I mean, this is confirmed. Break of structure, right? I mean, we're still in a bearish smart trail. So, I mean, this already, this is awesome. All right, this is my ideal setup, like I was telling you before. You have a very strong bearish signal, right? You wait for a reaction to the smart trail. And then there's your reaction. We could have gotten in on this trade here based on my favorite criteria of the strong signal with a smart trail reject. That's my favorite one because when it works, you can get massive runs, especially because it's kind of like alerting a possible trend that's about to happen. So this is why it's one of my favorite setups, especially with strong signals. But on top of a bearish change of character, I mean, all three of that lined up perfectly for a short. Now, this is where you're like, okay, let me ride this out until we break smart trail. And that's pretty much what I do is once I get my entry here, I ride out until we break smart trail. So you'll notice on the 5-minute, we had a massive move. If we ride out till we break smart trail, it would have been right to here on this point right here. So we would have had, you know, we would have given up some downside losses, but again, some extra gains that we could have gotten. But if you do have the signals and overlays, and that's already 6-1 already. I mean, that's just setting your stop above the smart trail. Insane. But if you have the signals and overlays enabled, you can see we have TP points all the way down. So if I'm rolling five lots on this, you know, I'm taking off 1, taking off 2. I have 3 left. I cash out my other 3 here. So I'm 6-1, but then I'm hitting 6-1 here and probably about 8-1 there. And like, that's just locking in the profits that I've made. And so that's just off of following bearish strong signal, bearish smart trail reject. I'm not even worried about the market structure. The market structure is there just for extra confluence. But if I'm going to be hitting these trend moves, this is the way I do them. I look for the way price reacts to the trend following indicator. So this is the trend following indicator. Signals and overlays is the trend following indicator. If you pair that with the price action concepts, then you're kind of getting into the nitty gritty of using range trading alongside trend following to really identify when a trend might happen. So again, if we were to just trade price action concepts, remember what I said, more confluence comes for when you get that break of structure into a change of character. Well, again, we have a break of structure. Then we have boom, change of character. I like that change of character a lot more because of the break of structure that happened. Okay, so even if you would have taken a short there, like my goodness, if you would have put it above this pivot, put your stop above that pivot there, I mean, you're looking at, I mean, I don't know what you guys normally go for, but even to this low here, that's a 3-1 trade. Now, that's a pretty big stop loss too. So like, if you would have even dialed back your stop, maybe above the change of character candle, you're looking at 9-1. So like, it just depends on how tight your stop is, especially on these lower time frames, and how long you want to hold. But that's why I say, if you're a scalper and you want to catch like intraday trends, using the signals and overlays and trend following tools can really help with having these TP points and potentially hitting really aggressive moves when they occur. And so on gold too, it's like, nice part about gold is it sometimes has those intraday pumps or those intraday sell-offs because of how volatile it trades. So it's like gold, great one to trade, and then also I like to trade ES because I understand how, you know, the ES S&P 500 trades. So that's one thing that I trade a lot of. Today we had a massive pump on ES, and this will be the last thing I go over, and then we'll kind of call it. But my goodness, like this thing still going. We haven't even looked at it in a while. This year it was so aggressive, it honestly didn't even give me an entry opportunity. Like I like to see, like I said, a reaction to the smart trail. Let's bring on I mean, here you go. This is just like, at this point it's like, man, maybe stop trading my strategy and just trade this setup, because my goodness, look, break of structure. I'm more confident now that if I trade the change character side, we might, you know, have a better setup. Well, guess what? Change of character. Have we seen another change of character yet? No. So, I mean, we're consistently just blowing out this trade off of just having that initial setup, right? So, I mean, what a way to wait for a break of structures before change of character. But guess what's even cooler about this indicator? And I'm glad that I'm talking about this and I just remembered this, because when Mickey was talking, I wanted to touch base on this once I took the mic over. But this is the best part about this indicator, price action concept. If you go down in here, you can actually set up an alert that's custom to what happens with the price action indicator. So let's say I only want to be alerted when I get a break of structure and then a change of character happens. Well, I can set that up in this step process on market structure. I could say any internal bearish break of structure as my step one, right? And then what I do is I go in and I can add one more of these on the, I add another price action concepts again. And then I go down and I set it a second time on here, market structure, any internal bullish. And I make that a step two. So what that's going to do is it's going to trigger an alert for me when it occurs. So when that occurs here, I will get alerted. I don't even have to worry about waiting around and watching for it, right? So that's really, it's super helpful when not being, you know, not everybody gets to sit down and just watch it 24/7. A lot of people still have other jobs. But also, let's say I wanted to wait for a bullish order block as well. Like I could do that as step two on just a single form of this, which is really cool. So I can go in here and say, hey, I want to, you know, internal bearish break of structure. And then order blocks here, I want a bullish order block to form. Once that happens, you'll see here, look, this actually right here, boom, on that change of character, it occurred. And we had a massive move. Let's see the last time this happened. If we look down here, I mean, look at this. Right here, boom. Here, we take our trade. This is probably the way to do it with just the change of character on one if you didn't want to do the two. So you do, once again, here, we had an alert. You see that blue little dot down there? If I were to take this off here, put my stop down here, what do we get to that high? We had a 1 to 7.6 there. Do we get a 2 to 1? Almost a 2 to 1. So essentially, you know, this is lining up for, you know, a nice potential setup here. We had another one here. Look, we had a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had another leg up. Let's see if we have another one right here. This one here, it happened on an opening gap. So, you know, I probably wouldn't consider that when it alerts me, or sorry, yeah. Is that over? Yeah, it was opening. So that's like right at open. I wouldn't consider that if it's, you know, when the future's open there, because I know what time it is. If we go back here, another one happened right here. So we had that bearish and then change character. So this one here would have gotten, you know, probably stopped on that, but it did have, you know, a little bit of a leg up there and then support, and then it continued. So it's a matter of going through, figuring out those steps that you like, in order to be triggered without having to watch the charts themselves. So that's one of my favorite features that we've had recently, is the ability to do these alert creators. And then also you can do the match. So matches, it happens at the exact same time. But let me look at the chat here. You guys said it's multi-layer alerts for many charts is good when retesting, retracing, changing the chart. I totally agree with that. But yeah, guys, we're about 20 minutes over, so I hope you enjoyed. I'm hoping Mickey's not silent on me over here. I don't know if I can.
Nah, it's all good. Good stuff.
He's been just listening in.
Just
But
take my trades based on what you told me now.
heck yeah, man. Yeah, dude, that guy on Bitcoin's cashing in big.
It's good.
Yeah,
This Lux stuff has done wonders for me, man.
Gosh.
You guys are great. I mean,
yeah, the best part about Mickey is like he's just a guy that was in the community, and we noticed he was helping out a lot. We were like, hey man, you want to come like do live streams with us? So he's an actual trader of this, and I use these every day as well. Like I'm like I said, I showed you the strategy that I like to use with ES, and then here even I'm like, after looking at that even more, it's like I jump on the charts and I just go with whatever Lux is telling me. But looking back at this break of structure, change of character deal, I'm like, I might go back in and start setting up alerts for it just based on what I've already seen.
You just created your own strategy just now.
Literally, just now, I'm like, this is what I've looked at in the past and used to like just trade whenever I can actually look at the chart myself. But like, wow, I mean, that's already impressing me enough to go into more detail about it. But yeah, guys, strategies like that are developed all the time by all of the people that trade using our indicators, and they actually share them in the VIP Discord, and we like to show off our favorite ones. So if you do sign up, I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen as well. Let me go into the other Discord thing. Here we go. Oh no, that's the live stream. Can't even. There we go. Boom. If you do sign up, guys, you will get VIP access to the Discord. So you have this VIP area. I know there's a lot of VIP people in we're also live streaming to the Discord. So we do have, our more clear live stream in there. Obviously, my charts are going to be clearer than Mickey's because I'm actually recording his screen through the Discord. So if you enjoyed Mickey's setups, go check out the Discord. We do have a free section for you guys. We do these stages live for our free members as well. But when you do sign up on the website and get that 30 days risk free, you do get access to the VIP section. And if you go right here, there's a pro strategy section. This is where you can see right here, 23 days ago, Mickey posted his multi-time frame order block setup. And this is all to our VIP members. You can see Mickey's in here a bunch of times. All of his stuff that he uses is in here, and it has, full detail of what they use, but also a lot of these other traders that are in the community we have posted here as well. Ones that we really like and intrigue us, and we think could be really helpful to you guys that sign up and you want to, check them out. And then we have some of our, legendary strategies from the past as well. But you should check this out the minute you do end up signing up. But we appreciate you guys joining and staying here for the hour and a half we've been streaming. We're gonna start doing these about twice a week. We'll be back later this week. Mickey, you want to do Friday again?
Yeah, good stuff.
We'll do
stuff.
Friday.
Thank you for having me on. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. And then let me. I do want to share one more thing with the stream, just to kind of touch on, what else we offer, pretty much for free for you guys. So if you go to the LuxAlgo website, for one, you get 30 days risk free if you click this button right here. But also you get 30% off your first order. Just use code LUX30. But again, one of my favorite things that I like to tell people that want to check it out is go to the resources and the guides. If you're on your phone or something, you can all you do is hit this tab in the right hand corner, and you hit resources, guides as well. But in the guide section, we have full documentation on every single one of our indicators. So every single feature that you've seen today, plus like 200 or 300 more. I mean, it's crazy the amount of different features we offer in each indicator is all explained on this documentation website, and it's free. You don't have to sign up or anything. You can just go on there. You can check out and look at the full detail of each feature. So we go through, you know, what the market structures are, how it's calculated, and everything you need to know about every part of what the indicator provides. So that happens, you know, we also have videos for those of you that don't want to read through it. But again, you're going to get a lot more information just reading through each one of these sections, like candle settings, like kind of what Mickey was going over. He was going over it live, but this is going to give you more information on each setting and everything that we provide in the indicator suite. So yeah, guys, hopefully we see you in the VIP Discord. Mickey, is there anything you want to touch on last?
No, you know, for all the questions that I've getting a chance to reply in chat, just tag me in the VIP room, you know.
Yeah, our boy Mickey's in there constantly.
Yours,
yeah, constantly grinding. It seems like the guy never sleeps. So I guess you can ping him at 3 a.m.
Well, that proves to you I use LuxAlgo and I trade, right? Every day. Well, not every day. I watch my charts every day.
Whenever there's
right?
a setup. Whenever there's a setup.
You know, London, New York, all the way into Asia. And I'm here almost every. You know what? I'm confident every day. I'm in the VIP room.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So
Thank you.
feel free to ping Mickey in there. Even he'll talk to some of the free members, but he's mostly in the premium chat because he gets so many messages every day. So. There's only one Mickey, so yeah, feel free to chat with him. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer them as well. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna see you Friday.
Awesome, thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.